Okay, two parts. The first half is where we focus on the basic Bible study methods. What are some of the essential skills that we all need to know for Bible study methods? And the other half, which is starting today, we're going into the part 2 of this course where we will learn how to communicate God's truth creatively. How can we teach God's word creatively? So this is the second half of this course where you will be learning. The first one that we're going to do is how to use orality, storytelling as a way to communicate God's word. And then the following weeks, we will learn different things like how to share short devotional message, how can we use different website software to help us to produce attractive ministries, poster material or videos. So what I think is important for you, you will learn in this course as a ministry worker. Okay. So, and then also how to lead a Bible study. Okay. So you will learn various things in this course. And if you, as I said before, if you would like to go in depth into Bible study methods, I strongly encourage you to take other courses in the future. All right. So let me just have a quick survey here. How many of you have watched the videos I sent you for orality? Anyone? The orality. Okay, wonderful. Okay, great. So I hope that you will have a little bit understanding what orality is about. Okay. So I will give you a quick quiz here. Okay. So don't worry, it'll be easy. Okay. So tell me, what is orality? Anyone you remember from the video? Anyone what is orality? Did you remember anything? Teach.
Teach, yes.
Okay, to understand, to learn things through speech, through hearing, instead of written words. Now, how many of you, after you looked at the videos, you also find out you are also an oral learner? Raise your hand. Anyone? The characteristic being portrayed in the videos. How many of you? Raise your hand again. I want to see. Okay, Faith. I find it quite interesting because as you can see, so orality is about preferring hearing to reading to learn something. Okay, other drawings, listening, songs, drama, dialogue, and discussions. Okay, that's what we heard from the video. Okay, and it's not just for illiterate people who cannot read or write, but 70%, 80%, I find it's quite accurate in our class. Well, for those of you who raise your hand, 80% of us actually prefer this way of learning. So which give us an idea when we teach, we have to incorporate all sorts of learning styles when we teach the Bible. Okay, so it is quite a insight for us as Bible teachers that we have to incorporate different type of learning styles when we teach. And this is definitely one of the learning style is oral learner. Okay, so it's interesting. God used 90% of the Bible. 90% of the Bible is using stories, poems, songs, and proverbs to tell his character and theory. So it's quite interesting even how God teaches his theology, his characters, using this method as well. Now, how can we find the right story? Let me ask you this question. Anyone remember how can we find the right story?
We'll see the audience.
Yes, audience, right? Who are your audiences, right? So audience analysis is super, super important. No matter what you teach, whether you teach a Bible study or devotions, preparing your lesson plans, the first questions we need to ask ourselves is, who will be my audience? Okay, who will be my audience? Okay, because that will determine how you design the lessons, your lesson objectives, what method you should use. We should always bear in mind who are our audience. Okay, so let me ask you quickly, if you have to think for a second, who would be your audience? Mostly, who do you teach the most? I want you to type in the chat right now. Tell me, who are your audience? Who are your audience? Okay, type in the chat right now. Who are your usual audience? Okay, if you think about audience right now, that a group that you usually teach, think about what are these people? Who are these people? Okay, type in the chat right now. Who are your audience? Okay, I just want you to think. Who are your audience? Okay. Okay, Slampy, good. Youth. Okay, work colleagues. Mine. Ruby, Sunday school students and your children. Yes, very good. Mrs. Zhang, my kids in Sunday school. Very good. Family, parents, siblings. Faith. Wow. Very good. Sonia, sisters. Somebody say kids, adult women at church. So Shirley, women in church. My very good teens and youth at tree. Okay, my kids and family members. Very good. All right. Now, the reason why I asked you to identify your audience, because it is the first step that we have to consider what kind of stories we'll pick for them. Now, okay, in the video, I also talked about what are some of the understanding some of the struggles and challenges and worldviews of your group. Okay, so on top of your head right now, I want you to tell me a few things that you know about your group. Okay, the group, either their needs, struggles, challenges, and worldviews. Okay, so let's type in the chat once again. Pick a group, let's say women. Okay, and then you type some of the challenges, some of the needs that you see. Okay, faith, senior adults, health concerns, very good. And at work, they need motivations. Okay, youth, really teen studies, and Ruby, kids, play, no new interesting things. Okay, a tree, fear of failure, rejection, identity crisis, peer pressure, addictions. So a tree group, mostly youth, right? A tree. Very good. Now, the reason why I asked you to think about this is because if we know what they're struggling with, we'll be able to identify some of the stories that can speak to them in a relevant way. So hope that when we going to do this in the future, if you teach in the future, this is something, the first step you want to ask yourself, what are some of the things that they struggle with? So how can we find out about people's struggles? What do you think? How can we find out our group that we're trying to serve? How can we find out their needs? Any suggestions?
Spending time with them.
Yeah, excellent. Very good. What else can we do? Okay, so if you keep typing, I just want to say one thing, sometime read related literature, okay? Something about them, about that group. Okay, very good, Faith. And I find it is extremely important. I think I'm reminded again when the lesson start. Okay, sometimes we think a lesson start when a Bible study time start. Okay, or when you teach a program or something, we think that's when the event start. But think about this way. I'm reminded again by Dr. Jeanette one time. She often share with us. The class start when the first student walked into your room. Okay, the class start when the first student walked into the room. So this really applies to all settings. Okay, whether you're running an event, a workshop at church, when you got there earlier, that's also a time when you start talking to people, right? You don't wait until you don't just deliver a message. You don't just go there and deliver a message there. Okay, so by understanding, talking to people even before anything started. Okay, the Bible study before and after, you talk to people and ask questions, get to the heart issues. Very good, excellent. Now there's a document that I've shared with all of you. If you remember, I sent it through the WhatsApp group. This document is so valuable. Okay, I got this document from the training that I shared with you a few years back, the orality training, and they give you all the Bible study for different groups of people. Okay, have you all seen this document? You all have it, right? Yes. Yeah, in your WhatsApp I share with you. So this is a great place if you're not sure what to share, what kind of story you can tell to your target audience. This would be a good place for you to start. So they have elderly people, that they have a bunch of different groups, youth, and they have different stories that you can tell the youth, and Muslim women, or the outcasts, some of the different various groups. So this is a great document if you need to find out the right story for them. All right.